Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back. This is a different video. This is more of like an informative video of a game that I've been recently playing, and this game is called Absolvement. Now, you might be asking, what is this game? Now, this game, if you're interested in games like it, it's has a Dark Souls roguelike system to it. It is a dungeon crawler game that is effectively in Roblox. Now, games like this are really why I keep playing Roblox, is because games that are hard, challenging, and not absolutely just trash of just a simple point and click type of game. This is what I really come to Roblox and play, because it's just that I love games that just bring me a challenge because it's just that fun. Now, the one thing about this game is that it has a lot of cons. Now, hold on. You might go like, I don't want to play a game that's trash and has a lot of bad things about it. No, that's not what I mean. The one thing that I'm talking about are sins, and they're the only thing in this game that make the game really difficult. Now, before we even get to the sins, here's one thing I'm gonna say is that character creation. Character creation in this game is fairly nice, because in some other games, when you make a character on Roblox, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. I'm gonna say that as many times as I have to. You have to pay to make a different race. I don't know why. But as you can see, each character or each race has basically negative effects. Like I said, there are things against you in this game, just like in real life, how you're born or you're dealt a bad hand in a certain situation. And in this game, you're born with a bad situation dealt in your hands. So as you can see with these characters, that they each offer their own debuffs and their own personal buffs. And the one thing about these characters is they really don't matter, because what really matters in this game is what you build your skills around and how you set your character up for the future of, you crawling through these dungeons. So, the character creation is pretty simple. The one thing that you weirdly have to pay for is a name. I don't know who really would want to change their name in a game and pay, like, how much is it? 150 Robux for it? But hey, to each his own. Now, moving on, sins. What are sins? Sins are something in this game that automatically give you a bad hand. Just like life, you know what I'm saying? In life, in certain situations, you dealt a bad hand, or just off rip in life, you dealt a bad hand. Now, abomination is something that automatically is good and bad at the same time. It comes with two cons, one pro. The one pro is you get double the soul fragments when you wipe, but the cons are you're affected with all sins in the game. And generally, I mean, they give you 2 slots to play on, which is pretty cool, because you don't generally have to be stuck on playing 1 slot. I think that's what they do with this game that's pretty cool, is they give you 2 slots so you can enjoy the game on 1 slot, but then you can also, struggle and have your brain straining on, trying to make it through these dungeons on a very, non-fun slot. So the one thing about this game is that with these sins, they affect you in your game in funny and stupid ways, which I find pretty cool, which makes you think a little bit about doing certain things, down the line. So abomination is one of them. And I would honestly say you would play with this one if you're just trying to farm soul fragments, and then later on just hop on your main slot and just have fun with the game. And this is the one sin that I recommend for nobody to choose whatsoever, because it is the worst one out of all of the sins, and that is deceit. Not all potentials are truthful. Some may be decoys. We'll get into potentials later. Enemies may be a figment of your imagination, both in physical form and detection basis. Shopkeeps mislead you on their stock. So what does that mean? everything in the whole entire game. You are, I would just say this, let's just sum it up. You are a bumbling fool. You are the idiot. You are the joke of the game. Everything that you see, get, or whatever you choose to go for, you know what I'm saying? You can see it on the ground. So for instance, you say that you for your character you needed a water bottle. You needed to supply yourself with water in order to make yourself, you know what I'm saying, not be dehydrated because of gluttony or because of some other type of sin. And say that it didn't turn out to be that, and then you just ended up getting like a wiping cloth or a rag. That's what it would turn it out for. You just basically get nothing. You're just kind of sitting there like, wow, I wasted. And on top of that, what really would go bad and pair with deceit is theft. Yeah, these two together are really bad together because of theft. Theft is like generally like it's like absolutely horrible because you would have to be paying a large sum of money, and then with deceit on a shopkeep, you are basically effectively wasting so much money. So at this point, when you're out there doing your thing, I wouldn't even purchase anything if you have theft and deceit together. It's just funny. Like this game can really make some funny moments, especially if you're playing with friends. And I recommend to play with friends because it's just that fun of a game. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and click on Abomination and stop yapping about this whole entire character process and creation. So now that we're in the game, now you probably might be going like, okay, so what is cool about this dungeon crawler game? Well, you could play with friends or absolutely play by yourself, but I'm gonna just create a party for myself. I mean, you could probably find one. You just gotta hit the refresh. There are no parties listed in this server, I guess. So we're just gonna go ahead and just create 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna wait about like 10 seconds for probably some people to join up. So nobody's joining. So I'm gonna go ahead and click start, and I'm just gonna show you. Well, I think I'm gonna have a hard time since I'm playing with a heavy weapon, but it is what it is. So with this game in general, it is fairly easy in my personal opinion. Now, to make the game even more easy for you is that you want to play with the shield, because I had more fun playing with the shield. Okay, suspicious tunic turned out to be an actual tunic. So when you're playing on this slot, like I said, deceit is one of the worst ones you could ever play with. Okay, there's an enemy right here. But yeah, deceit is one of the worst ones you could ever play with. So, you know, things on the ground turn out to be what they actually are, instead of, you know, you getting bamboozled by a shopkeep or, you know, one of the potentials that you gain. So the boss room's right here. So we didn't really have to go far at all. So we're gonna go the rune Goliath. I would show you him if he was to appear, but here's something called a potential. These potentials can be absolutely anything. Now, as you can see, they're all question mark out, but since I'm playing on Abomination, I can't really see what they are. And all right, this is gonna be one heck of a fight. Okay. Oh, he has a dagger. Yeah, I'm kind of cooked. I ain't gonna lie. I'ma just beat this guy. I'ma just beat these waves real quick, and I'll just explain what this is later on. Now, you probably might be asking, what is this little, you know, void or ball of energy thing? These are known as portals to a different dimension, or a void portal, if you want to put it like that. And the thing about a void portal is that it takes you to a special event inside the dungeon, allowing you to gain additional rewards. You can either choose to do them or not to do them. It doesn't really penalize you for, you know, not really doing them. But if you do them, you end up having additional stat points or additional bonus points for completing a dungeon. Now, there's an enemy right through this door, but I'm gonna try to cheese him real quick. Yeah, that long range attacks comes in handy. Yes, sir. I'm not taking no risk, because I did not play with holy. So since I'm playing by myself, you do got to play real carefully and stuff like this. But I mean, it's fairly simple. When it comes to the boss, though, I probably might die. All right, he has a great sword too, and fire magic. Gotcha. What am I doing? Oh my. Yep. One thing about this game is that, of course, you have certain things that do affect you in the game. And one of the things that just affected me just now was gluttony. So every 5 minutes, which it is the 5th minute, which it is the 5th minute right now, as you can see, I just ate something in the middle of combat. So I just drunk or ate something random. So I get, I guess, like I said, I didn't get a debuff, but it just gave me something completely random. And without healing magic, you're kind of cooked in this game. I'm not gonna lie. So I probably might just die. I don't know why I'm not regenerating health, but if you're ever playing on an abominable slot, I would recommend going holy, or if you don't choose to, play with friends, because this game is tough. It truly is if you really ain't on your A game. Especially if you're fighting enemies with daggers too. Like this game is unforgiving. All right, so it seems like I just gotta hop and I just gotta go full force it, man. Like I tried to wait a little bit just to get some health back, but boy, I'm gonna be waiting here for a while. Oh, this is gonna be an easy boss, but well, that's the first wipe on this new character, and as you can see, I gained double of 12. So we're gonna go ahead and wipe this character. One thing that we talked about, soul fragments. Soul fragments are basically stuff that you can collect over time in the game, and you know, with these soul fragments, with these soul fragments, you can purchase stat points. Now, I currently don't have enough to get me a 5th one, but with these soul fragments, and as you can see, it's 607 to purchase a soul fragment, but it's not going to be like that over time. So if you purchase a soul fragment now for 607, it's going to turn out to be probably 650, 700, even maybe later down the line. So that means that you have to keep dying over and over again in order to really get up there and collect basically everything within this soul tree or elder tree, if you want to call it. When a poison enemy dies, or I'm not going to get into reading all of this, but you know, yeah, this is something that really makes the game interesting to play even further. So with soul fragments, that's what you can do, is just offer your soul fragments to this elder tree right here, and just generally, you know, just increase your character's strength every single run. So you're basically starting off with a debuff, but later down the line, when you wipe enough or create more characters later down the line, you could really see yourself really becoming strong in the beginning of many and plentiful runs that you have, except you're just dealt with pretty bad hands every single run, especially if you're playing on Abomination, which I recommend to hop on Abomination on your first slot, and on your second slot, just create any build that you want and legit have fun with it. Now, if you're going to ever make a second slot, and in whichever, you know, sin that you would be willing to play with, the number one I would ever say play with is basically play with theft, is because you're allowed to just get, you know, absolutely anything in the game, but for a higher price. It's absolutely worth it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you're good.
I have relic.
Just go to statistics or stats, and then you can see.
How many is there?
There's like 4 down there. Yeah, hop back on ladder. Hop back on ladder.
Yo, please.
Yo, stop going. Oh my god, you're cooked.
No, just run. I'll freeze.
Bro,
Yo, guys, please, some.
Get back up, bro. Get up, trying to save you, bro. Save your ass.
Yeah, but then I added in like a second clip of me just playing with random people in Discord. It was it was just, we went for a very long run. It was very fun, man. Yo, there's more clips of like just stupid stuff happening, but like I recommend to play this game with friends because it's just that enjoyable. So without the further ado, I'll see you in the next episode or whatever I'll be playing. Whatever I be playing. So I'll see you later, man.